They're mad. People are actually riding for you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they're mad that people are actually riding for you. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say they protect me in private. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say they protect me in private. If you are going through public humiliation, a person slandering you, people trying to embarrass you, or they just straight up lying on you, family, you don't have much to worry about because in private, people are actually protecting your character. They're protecting your name. They're protecting the things that you've actually done for them in particular. And they are protecting who you are as a person. All right. See, when you look at the grand scheme of things, when a person has been a butthole, when a person have not uplifted anyone, when a person have taken from people, then of course, I'm not saying they deserve to be dogged out, but you gonna get what you get. Family, it's not mathematically, psychologically, and scientifically possible for people to speak terrible about you for too long. Somebody gonna step up. Your karma is just too good. Somebody gonna reach out. Your karma is too good. And somebody is gonna want to pour into your name, pour into your business, your brand, because you've been too good to people. Now, this doesn't mean that you are exempt from going through life. You know, sometimes you're going to reap much less than what you sow, or you're going to reap much less than what you sow. You get what I'm saying? Meaning you may get some things back that you don't deserve in a good way, and you may get some things back that you don't deserve in a bad way. However, it doesn't mean that people still will not get their just due after being a good person for so long, all right? In other words, y'all, it's not in the cards for you to be down for too long. At some point, you're going to come back up. No matter what's happening against you, without your favor or within it, you're going to always find a way to the finish line untouched, all right? But with that being said, fam, we're going to speak about this, y'all. A lot of people are mad right now because other people are riding for you. They are protecting your name, protecting your brand. Some people you know, some people you don't, all right? But fam, we're going to get directly into this video. First thing is first, y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Yes, y'all, we are right here still in front of the legendary Great Couch. But what y'all got going on, fam? How y'all doing? For those who've already watched me on my Reno Speaks Riches channel, I gotta say it again for my foodies over here, y'all. But first thing is first, your boy is blessed, all right? And secondly, y'all, I ain't really have nothing major to eat today. I just did some chicken sandwiches and some dill pickle chips. No big deal, right? I'll probably do it big this weekend, but y'all can drop in the comments. Let me know what y'all ate. Let me know how y'all are doing. Let's get directly into this banger, though, y'all. So, number one, it's going to be this right here, fam. True loyalty. Okay, true loyalty. There's some people who's loyal to who you've been to them, to what you've shown them, to what you've taught them, but more importantly, to your character. When you think about the friend who needs an audience versus the friend who don't need an audience, you know what's the difference? The difference is one turns into a performative behavior and the other one is just regular behavior, right? Like, you ever had that one friend who loved to post you on Facebook, post you on Instagram, talk about how much of a great friend you are and how much of a relationship y'all have, but you never really hear from them? They never really show up when you need them. They never really pour into you when you need it the most. But it's the one who don't do all that Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, right? Bragging and posting. It's the one who show up front row and center. Hey, what you need, dog? The one who show up front row and center. Hey, I'm here. What you need? How much? Where at? I'm there. That's the real friend. That's true loyalty. So with that being said, if a person is behind closed doors and you're not there, they're going to show up with that same true loyalty. If a person has false loyalty behind closed doors, guess what? They may give out some information. They may speak a little bad about your name. They may agree, or they just simply may not check the disrespect about you. That's the difference. So these particular individuals have true loyalty for you. All right. Number two, it's going to be this right here, fam. Knowing your core values. Knowing your core values is so important. All right. When you think about businesses like Chick-fil-A, they got core values. I don't know their exact mission statement. I don't know their exact, core values, but I can tell you what it feels like to me when I get service. I feel like their core values is always be nice. The customer is always right. Be positive. Have a smile on your face. Be willing to help without making a person feel like they are your worst enemy. And treat them with great service. And remember, it's the experience. Again, y'all, I ain't never worked at Chick-fil-A, but I would assume that their core values align with what I just said somewhat, right? Would y'all agree? Drop in the comments, let me know down below. But what I want y'all to understand is that people know your core values: respect, integrity, loyalty, love, appreciation, values, morals, principles. They know your core values. And when you show a person, not just with words, what you're saying, but with action, how you act, how you move, then they have no choice but to defend you in private as well as public, because they know your core values. Nah, that ain't what Jamal be doing behind closed doors, man. Nah, I done seen what Keisha be doing. Nah, because it's those core values that you stand on that everybody respect. And so they're going to respect them when you're not there. And that causes them to ride for you. That's why they mad, because people are riding for you. They expect it for people to laugh at you behind your back. They expected for people to fall in that same line of hate, disdain, and dislike for you. They didn't fall for it. And they're getting persecution actually for that behind you. Number three, it's going to be this right here, fam. They're protecting your character, all right? They are protecting your character. Let's just hypothetically say you built the bond with someone who has enemies, right? You built the bond with someone who has enemies. I'm going to assume that if a person have enemies, their enemies is doing what? Speaking bad about them, speaking terrible about them, trying to make other enemies, trying to form coalition allies, trying to get other people to feel the same way, trying to get people to change their perspective on this particular individual. Y'all with me? What I want y'all to understand is that this particular person or these group of individuals, this community, they're actually protecting your character because y'all built the bond. See, I said this a long time ago, y'all, and I'm going to say it again. Real relationships, friendships, family ships, whatever ship is on, it should not end because of what somebody said, all right? Because of what somebody said. Family, if that's the case, every time a celebrity, somebody who's well-known, or somebody who's popular locally, they're going to run into this issue and this problem. You can't believe everything the media says about a person. You can't believe everything a group of people says about a person. People lie. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. People lie all the time. That's why your character is being protected. You get what I'm saying? They're riding for you. All right, because they know that the things that's being said about you is simply not true. Number four, it's going to be this right here, fam. Silent solidarity. Silent solidarity. So understand this right here, y'all. You got the person who's sending 10 kids to college, right? But they don't run to the media. They don't run to the press. They're not taking a picture. They're not running to the gram, all right? They're not running to Facebook. They just sent 10 kids to college. That's it. Did it from the kindness of their heart. That's it. But then you got the one person who's sent 10 kids to college, and now they're writing it off. Now they're showing it to charities. Now they're trying to be put in Forbes lists and get placed on all these different lists, taking pictures. And again, it's nothing wrong with the person being championed for helping other people, but let the people champion you. Or give yourself credit in private. But you don't have to go public every time you give somebody $10. It drives me crazy when people take $10, $20, whatever, and have it hanging out, and then they have their phone, trying to show it to people and say, hey, man, I want to bless you with $100. But they got their whole phone right here. Like, just do it from the kindness of your heart, bro. Just do it from the kindness of your heart, sis, right? Or is it coming from the kindness of your heart? Or do you want the credit, the prestige, the press, and the perception of what it looks like? You follow what I'm saying? But silent solidarity is that. When a person does something in silence, but it's solid. All right? Somebody drop that down below in the comments. I'm solid. Number 5, the last thing is going to be this right here, fam. They respect your privacy, okay? They respect your privacy. You know, hypothetically speaking, y'all, it can be Obama, it can be Trump, it can be Biden, it can be whoever, y'all, all right? Preferably, we're going to use Obama. But anyway, the president of the United States, guess what? He's a father, he's a husband, he's a son, he's a nephew, he's a cousin, he's a friend, outside of him being the president of the United States. Reno, what are you saying? What I just said spoke volumes. In other words, after you're done talking about the president, this father got to go be a father to somebody. This son got to go be a son to somebody. This husband got to go be a husband to somebody. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? I have life outside of my fame, my fortune, my job, my calling. A person who really respects you and love you for you, they respect your privacy. They respect your privacy. They're going to give you the benefit of the doubt the first few times, okay? They're going to have a conversation with you before they go public. They're going to ask you questions. They're not going to press you like they're talking to some type of interrogator or some type of detective. They're just going to ask you simply, hey, bro, is this true? Hey, sis, is this true? Okay, cool. Move on to the next thing. All right? Because they trust that you're telling the truth and trust your character. But when you don't care about the president of the United States, you don't care about his family, you will say anything. You will say that he's a wacko jacko. You know, you will say that he's a rapist. He's someone who hurt people. You don't care because you don't have a true loyalty to that person. All right? This right here is the same thing that Michael Jackson dealt with. Okay? Outside of Michael Jackson, bro, I'm somebody's dad, somebody's brother, somebody's friend. Do y'all get what I'm saying? And so this goes right back to they respect your privacy. That's why they're mad. People are riding for you. And if you think about it, everybody who spoke great, you know, in Michael Jackson's favor, the press and people who was against Michael Jackson were mad at those particular people or person. They were mad at Prince because they couldn't hit them together. You get what I'm saying? The point is, y'all, is that they respect your privacy, all right? But with that being said, y'all, we'll go ahead and do a recap and then we'll conclude this video. But number 1, y'all, true loyalty. Number 2, knowing your core values. Number 3, they're protecting your character. Number 4, silent solidarity. And number 5, y'all, they respect your privacy, okay? With that being said, fam, y'all be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, and you can check out any one of my books. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.